Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's the Story with Maria. How's it going? I am still writing my recipe down for what I made tonight because I was running crazy. I literally just slid in. Leo has been so patient. I was texting him on the subway, sending him pictures. But anyway, Leo, let the promo rip anyway.
I'm a big fish, a small pond. Day's free and the night's long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. I'm a dreamer, I'm as famous as I wanna be. Who I am, it's fine with me. It's who I am, it's who I am. Oh, who I am, it's fine with me. It's who I am, it's who I am.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show. Tonight is Tuesday, June 6th, 2023. I literally just slid in. I'm not joking. Last night was a big night. Today was a big day. I'm like that cartoon that like hits something and sees stars, but just keeps going. I'm kind of like, I think not the Roadrunner. Who's the coyote? I'm like kind of like Wile E. Coyote sometimes. But anyway, okay. So first off, Danielle, of course, number one, our friend Danielle of Damsel Designs. Danielle is a spiritual medium. She is a teacher. She is a reader. She does spirit animal readings. She does quantum sessions. There's your website. We cannot say enough about Danielle. And I'm not joking. I am not one to promote anything I don't completely believe in. I've had a quantum session with Danielle. My mind, if you have people on the other side that you miss and you wonder if they come through, amazing stuff. I also had a spirit animal reading with Danielle that blew my mind. And she has many services, family readings, whatever. Sometimes people want to go in as a family. Whatever it is, you will feel better, I promise you. So go and see DAMCLdesigns.com. Danielle is your girl. We might have to have Danielle on again at some point. Maybe at the end of the summer. We'd like to have Danielle on to help us with a lot going on. Danielle, there was a gigantic, beautiful moon. Was it last night or the night before? Oh my God. But anyway, so that's happening. We want to say hi to Danielle. Lori Towers, thank you for all your help and talent last night, honey. You went above and beyond. Well, Lori, I got to tell you, I felt like I was in the company of giants last night. I was telling Leo, actually, we want to talk about it. Tonight, let me tell you something. We don't have I did have a scheduled guest, actually, a good friend of mine. I don't want to out her because I don't want her to feel bad but she had to reschedule kind of towards the last minute, not the very last minute, but she did tell me about it. And it was just, I had one of my road recovery kids shows today at the center, the LGBT center. We had our show. And so I just didn't have time to get a scheduled guest. However, we are going to recap. Leo and I are going to recap so many of the great things that happened this week. But I will say, if you are someone out there that's listening to our show and you want to zoom in and talk about anything or chime in, either type it in or on a private chat, you can ask Leo, or you can even do it here, and Leo will send you a link to come in. We do that from time to time. We like to have people zoom in.
Yeah.
Hello,
and I'm going to see if they're on the schedule. Are they on the schedule?
Wait a minute. Well, that's right. It's June. There's I was with Lavinia today. That is our Nothing But the Apron calendar.
Lavinia,
Nothing But the Apron calendar. Yes, a little side something. And she is Miss June in our Nothing But the Apron calendar, which means that the year is halfway through already. Oh my God, we've been through 6 people wearing nothing but aprons. so far. Miss June, there she is. I was with Miss June today. Yes, thank you, Gene Simpson Dunn. Happy Pride. So if you do want calendars, I think I have about 4 left. Just please reach out. And yeah, I know, just Chris, that's funny. And the calendars normally are 15 when they're brand new, but since we are halfway through, let's just make it $750. They're half price because half the years it's not fair to charge you.
Half the clothes are off.
Half the clothes are off. Thank you so much. So if you want that, yes, Lori, we are going to talk about last night, so I didn't want you to feel interrupted there. I was with Lori Towers. I was with a bunch of, I felt like I was in the company of giants, and I was. Let's just acknowledge our listeners. Rena Corneli-Berge, my cousin from Massachusetts, who Leo calls Weather Girl. Leo, you know that you do like a little shimmy when you say Weather Girl?
Mm-hmm.
Rena, just so you know, yeah. Oh my God, I shudder to think what it would be like if you and Rena were actually you have been in the same room. You have.
We have been. It was a wild night there.
It was a wild night. But Rena, oh my God, and Leo, baking, forget about it.
And we're in cahoots even when you don't know about it anyway. So yeah,
that's sneaky snakes. I know because but I got to tell you, it's all good stuff. Rena was so sweet. She sat in the front row for my show in Boston, which happened May 18th, a few weeks ago, and she taped a lot of stuff and she sent it to Leo. That was so sweet. Rena is the best of the best of the best. Mr. February, who is her husband, of course, Mr. February 2022, Mr. Postman, was also in the front row. Amazing, as was Tiana. So,
I think that's why we can't be in the same room.
No.
Because if her husband's there,
I know.
I'll get in trouble.
I know.
Wait a minute.
Mr. Postman. Ron is very popular. He's very, very, very cute and sweet. Gene Simpson Dunn has joined us, my sweet friend. I've known Gene since I was 16. Can you imagine? Gene and she still likes me. She's still my friend. That is a good person.
How many people did you have in your audience that were from your middle school or your elementary school, middle school?
Well, I had people from elementary school, which was crazy, from St. Anthony's in the North End. Then I had people from St. Clement's, my middle school, in Somerville. And they are the wild girls. They are the wild, all Irish Catholics. Wild. I love them. We had so much
Catholic
fun.
girls do have a reputation.
They do, and it's all true. We had so much fun. Then I had wonderful people from high school. Amazing. I had people from shows that I did. I had people from my family, of course. It was beautiful. I think we sold 120 tickets. Yeah. Isn't that incredible?
That's amazing.
So grateful. Once again, shout out to Club Cafe and David Whitman, who is the booking manager there and an amazing guy, and really good friends with Jim Lazar, who is the proprietor of Brandy's, the best, most incredible place. Brandy's Piano Bar. If you are in the neighborhood, East 84th between 2nd and 3rd, please come and see us. I'm there Fridays and Saturdays. Now, I do have to say, I'm normally at the Duplex on Wednesdays, but I don't like to, you know me, I don't like to complain, but I hurt my knee last night really badly. I was running for the train after the event. And I was, Lee, you lived in the city. Sometimes you miss a train at night and you got to wait 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh my God, there's my train. And I'm running, but I'm not a spring chicken anymore. And the way I landed on my knee and twisted it, it was really bad. Yeah. So I felt something tear. I'm hoping it's not a tear.
Did you go down the stairs? Or what?
I ran down the stairs, and then right before I got to the closed, and I twisted. But you know what? I'm praying because I'm going to get an MRI. I don't have insurance, but I'm getting an MRI because I have to. If it's just a sprain, I can handle it. I can put ice on it for the next few days, do all the stuff I was doing. But if it's a tear, oh my God, please. I'm hoping. Danielle, pray for me. Okay.
St. Anthony.
Find
her leg. Find the
okay, go to my left knee and zap it to be well again.
Find a little spot, St. Anthony. Find that spot and fix it.
Okay, so, Barry Silber, my God, what a sweetheart. Oy vey, he says, heal swiftly. Barry, I missed you last time we were in town. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. And he lives in Florida, and he was visiting, but I missed him. The shimmy, yeah, he does the shimmy, Rena. Gene Simpson done. I wish I'd been able to be there. I know, to the show. But Gene, I heard a rumor that you are retiring soon. Now, if that is true, that means, Miss Thing, that you're going to have a little time to travel. And I think a Northeast trip, because she lives in Illinois, a Northeast trip is, I see it in our future. I even need Danielle to tell me that I see it in the future. What are you laughing at?
It's because she says, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh is right. I see a trip. We will have to. Gene was in my writers group. During COVID, I started a writers group, a women's writers group. We zoomed in from all over the country. It was like a hand-picked group of people. And Gene was one of those people that showed up almost every week that I was like, I got to have Gene Simpson in there. And we got to be super, super friendly, everybody. And so if you could come to New York, Gene, or at least pass through for a day or two, we need to meet with those girls, that writers group, for sure.
I think we should put June 30th. Go dot.
Gene,
I'm done.
You know what? I'm at that age group. So many of my friends are retiring. And of course, like, we don't really retire. Like, people like me don't really retire. I'm not complaining. I love all my jobs. My body is starting to be like, can you like, but I'm really like in a lot of pain. And today we had our show and I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But I'm hoping it's a sprain and not a tear. That's why I'm going to get the MRI, because you can't mess around with this stuff. I'm hobbling around like a nut. But I still made meatballs last night because I had orders.
Yeah, you can still sit down and make meatballs.
Well, I did sit in the studio. You know what's funny? My mother used to do that. At the later part of her life, she used to sit at a high stool, and she would cook from there.
Yeah.
And I do that now. I find myself doing that because, you get tired of standing after a while. Okay, Lynn Portis, feel better. I will, honey. I'm thinking positively. I put ice on it. I put all kinds of like Voltaren, and then I put Salonpas patches. I everything they tell you to do. I did it, and I repeated it. Then overnight, I took my Aleve. So, knock on wood, God willing, I will, get through it. And I have.
It's just a little sore because you've been kicking ass for the past few weeks.
You know what? That's what it is. Judy was like, well, what do you want? You run around. She's right. But I said, I have to think positively. But she also, she got me in for an MRI this week, which she has, she's great like that. She's in the medical world. So anyway, okay, let's, I do want to go back and talk about last night. So I just want to make sure we acknowledge Chris DePiero. Oh my God. Chris, that picture that you posted, first of all, so my cousin Rena, I was visiting Rena a couple of weeks before my show, and she had this big Yankee thing. Now, we're Red Sox fans. She said my brother-in-law, who was a Yankee fan, they were cleaning out, he was cleaning out his house, I guess, and they're downsizing. And he has this beautiful picture, but, doesn't have any room for it. And we looked at each other. She goes, do you know anyone that would like a Yankee? And we both knew who we were talking about, Chris DePiero. So she gave it to me, and I got it to Chris. Well, Chris DePiero came to Brandy's to pick it up, and he finally put it up above his.
I saw that picture.
It's just gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
And you know what? I just felt like, you see, if Red Sox fans and Yankee fans can get along, why can't we all get along? That's all I'm saying.
I love Chris, but even though the Yankees beat my Dodgers 2 out of 3 this past weekend, still love you, Chris.
It's early. It's so early. We're not even at the All-Star game.
I know, but I got to make sure I keep the jabbing up for the next time that you, me, and he are all together.
I love it. Okay, so
along with Mr. Barilli.
Mr. Barilli, who had Three of Cups had their Three of Cups was an amazing restaurant that Anthony Barilli owned for many, many, many years. Co-owned with his friend Santo, and anyway, it closed sadly, and it was right before COVID that it closed because the rent went up like I think it went up to $60,000 a month.
Goodness.
Like it was on the Lower East Side, like crazy amounts of money. Anyway, he finally had to close after like 30 or 35 years. But they had their reunion last night at another place. So I saw the pictures. That was really sweet. We all used to go there. We used to go there after Tony and Tina's. We used to go there. I mean, it was an amazing Italian restaurant. Amazing.
I wish I would have been able to go because Anthony in that environment probably would have been fun to see.
Anthony is a great owner. He was a great owner. He used to walk around, talk to all the tables. He knew every single item in every single dish. He knew how it was cooked. It was like being in someone's family home. And it was just a fun place. And downstairs they had this really cool, like, little rock and roll club that they had bands in. It was just like an amazing space. And we have a lot of memories there. So, shout out to Three of Cups. It was the name of the it's just like, those places, Leo. You've frequented them where they're just mom and pop shops. And, I'm not going to say there aren't too many left because I get sad when I say that, but it's not what it used to be. And we need to start doing that again. We need to start Hey, I'm going to throw this out there. Frequent at all, as much as you can, mom and pop shops, as opposed to franchises. Not that I'm against franchises, but mom and pop shops operate on a shoestring, and they are there 6 or 7 days a week. And it's, go to your local bars, places like that, instead of, Hard Rock Cafe or something. Look, go to your local places. Let's roll back. So we've seen everybody. I'm sleeping on the couch for a week, Maria. Gene, do it. Okay, that's all right. You will do something part-time, but sleep for a week. And then
we should have her talk to Lavinia.
Yeah, oh, Jesus. Well, she is peddling something every day. Oh, my God. She's so funny. We had so much fun today. And they were so cute. But, okay, I want to talk about last night. So, as everybody knows, and this whole month is Pride Month, so it's not like we have to focus on, look, I'm not going to be doing that every day because, it's exhausting to be gay in June. I'm not going to lie. It's exhausting to be gay in June. There's many, many, many celebrations for sure. Brendan Ryan watching from Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Brendan, who I believe is now retired as well. You see, all my friends are retiring. He's NYPD sergeant, I believe, newly retired. Congratulations, Sergeant. I salute you. Thank you for your service.
My heart's devotion.
Oh, look at you.
Let it sink back in the...
Oh, you're doing the songs of Puerto Rico. That's right.
Well, my mother sang those songs.
Oh, that's right.
Maybe allegedly.
Maybe so maybe Brandon's singing them now. He's a good singer, actually. He's an Irish tenor, and he plays bagpipes. Brandon, now that you're not working anymore, can you please zoom in? I've been trying to get him to zoom in forever. Now you can do it, Brendan. You can zoom in and talk about your bagpipes and beautiful Irish heritage and his gorgeous tenor voice.
Oh, did he always play with the police? When they marched?
Always.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he is that guy, and he's amazing. And I have to give credit to Michael Isaacs because Michael Isaacs introduced me to Brendan, and I have stolen him from my He is now my friend. Donna Jack Wiley, happy Pride. Yes, girl. You know who Donna Jack Wiley is?
I know
Kenny Green's mom.
Oh, that's right.
Kenny Green's mom.
That's
Kenny
right.
Green Tilford now. Now he is a married man. I can zoom in if Leo can DM me the link on Insta. Leo? Okay, great. Yeah, if people want to zoom in tonight, because we don't have a set guest, we are open to bringing good energy in to our circle. I'm already a venue plan. No pressure, says. Okay. So did you send it to Chauncey as well?
I did.
Okay, no pressure. Only if you can. So lots of fun things are happening. But now let me talk about last night first.
Okay, well, you do that. I'll
do that. Okay, so last night at the I did want to say Happy Pride because June is Pride Month, and it was only the 5th. So last night was an amazing event. Oh, hi Billy. Billy you're so cute, Billy. He's on vacation too, I think. Okay, so Lori Towers, and her her press agency that she runs ran an amazing event last night. It was Harvey Brownstone at the Stonewall Inn. Who's Harvey Brownstone, you say to yourself? I didn't know that name, but I know it now. And I really, when I say I was in the presence of giants, I really was last night. Last night was one of those nights that wasn't like crazy, like loud or anything. It was like there were Q&As. There were people that performed. Thank you, Leo. Harvey Brownstone was a judge in Canada for many, one of the youngest judges. As a matter of fact, I think he said he was the youngest judge appointed to their high court. And he, at 38, he was appointed, like definitely the youngest judge. But anyway, when he is openly gay, and he told them that he was openly gay, and they, appointed him, and so he had a lot to do with, marriage equality in Canada. So when marriage equality became law in Canada, it was not law in New York yet, and but people found out about this wonderful man, Harvey Brownstone, and emailed him. He started to get so many. He got something like, he said last night, 8,000 emails from people saying, please, 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 I've been with my person for 40 years, and we really want to get married. And, anyway, so this man, out of the goodness of his heart, married 3,000 people, married 1,500 couples. And so what he would do is, in between, he would do it like before he started working at the courthouse, at lunchtime, and afterwards. Like he was doing it out of the goodness of his heart, and just wanted to spread love. And it was such a beautiful story. I was very, very, very moved. The most beautiful of all stories was Edie Windsor, who is pretty famous now in gay circles, and her wife Taya. I can't remember her last name off the bat, but they wrote to him. They had been together for over 40 years, and and this is at a time when, you talk about hiding. But Taya was very sick. She was wheelchair bound, and they wanted to get married. So they flew to Toronto, and this story moved me deeply. Harvey he didn't want her to go any further because she was in a wheelchair. So he met them at the Toronto airport and married them, so they could get right back on the plane and fly back. I mean, if that doesn't make you cry. So and he's a lovely, lovely, lovely man. Lori introduced me to him. Lori represents him. Lori's a press agent, by the way. If you need a press agent, she's amazing. And John, her husband, Pietro, works with her as well, and they do amazing work. Isn't that a beautiful story, Lynn? Yeah. I mean, I got really choked up when he told it. I was like, and there were many. He said,
I have risen to the top without rejection?
Oh.
Had I not been abandoned and reviled? Did I do all I did simply to show you I was worth the love you gave me as a child? When you discovered I was not the son you wanted, the words you uttered truly broke my heart. You asked why you survived the Holocaust, just to watch your dreams for me all fall apart. Like a sculptor who envisioned his art one way, only to discover something else. You shattered your creation into pieces, thinking less of it and therefore of yourself. But I am yours, I've always been. I carry all the gifts you've given me within, and through my life I'll prove myself to be the loving, honest person you made of me.
Okay, so what Leo just popped on, I didn't know you were going to do that, Leo, but wow, Leo's amazing. I had no idea where you got that. Okay, so the Harvey Brownstone. Harvey Brownstone told his story to Harriet Schock, who we had on last week, and was an amazing songwriter, and she wrote that song for Harvey, and it's about him. Let me see, Harriet Schock. Yeah. So she wrote that song after she heard Harvey's story about he felt that he had been a disappointment to him.
You've given me within, and through my life I'll prove myself to be the loving, honest person you made of me.
Yeah, thank you, Leo. Thank you. So she was with us last week, and so that's the connection. Amazing. Those are all Lori. That's Lori Towers. So anyway, he told his story. Harriet. Harriet wrote a song. Hi, Danielle.
Hi.
Hang on, baby. Hang on.
Okay.
So Harriet wrote the song. And then Gary Lynn Floyd, who here's a guy that I kept looking at. I'm like, I know this guy. Yeah, he's a famous singer and country and spiritual and amazing performer. I got to meet him last night. It was really incredible. And he played the song, and it was beautiful. Everybody was in tears. And then Lori asked me if I would do one of my songs, which is on my CD, called If I Was a Boy. And I said, I'm happy to do it. But
that's one of my favorites, I told you.
I know, Danielle, you're so cute, but you're so sweet. And you're so complimentary that, you're just the sweetest. But Leo, there he is.
I have to say that song also closed out Eccentric Behavior last Wednesday night.
I know,
on the
Lori
John and Lori show,
which is really great. Lori and John show. Well, that's Lori's show, I think, and then Lori and John show is Jazz After Dark, right?
Well, no, they do it together, but on the last day of the month, last Wednesday of the month, it's Lori takes over in this Eccentric Behavior, and it talks about all the strong women that have just proven themselves through the music and all kinds of poetry business as well.
Oh, well, it was... anyway, so what an honor. Lori said to me, would you mind singing that song, closing out that portion of the night? I was like, are you kidding me? So, but I said to her, well, I don't have a piano player because, we didn't, and I don't really have a recording of that, like just a track. So she said, let me ask Gary, this amazing, famous singer. And he was so sweet. He said, I'd love to play it. So he literally sight read it. He sight read it and played it for me. And I was like, oh my God, he's beautiful. He is beautiful inside and out. What a spirit. Harvey is amazing. Then they had a Q&A afterwards. It was an amazing night. And then I ran for the train and hurt my knee. But it was
Gotta be careful.
Night. I know. What am I going to do? I just wasn't thinking. But you know what? Look, then Judy's like, you need to do yoga. You need to stretch. She's right.
That was your exclamation point, so you're never going to forget this night.
Oh, you know what? I love that. That's a good way to remember it.
They're like, don't you forget. Don't be running the train and forget everything that happened. Hey.
Yes, I love it.
Like, slow down and do more of that instead of running for the other things.
I know. It's crazy. I just didn't want to miss the train. Brendan Ryan said you must publish your Little Prince song. I have a song on my first album called Someone Who Loves Me for Me that I wrote for a scene where there was a little prince and he was looking for a princess, and he was just worried that he wouldn't find someone who just loved him from him, that he would just find someone who loved him because he was a prince. Leo, you understand that.
Yeah, Brendan remembered that song. He remembered the title too, Love Me For Me song.
Yeah, Someone Who Loves Me For Me said you should sell it to Disney. Oh, from your mouth to God's ears. I mean, listen, when you're a songwriter, anybody will tell you, you can only send out so much stuff. And people, and after a while, you're like, I hope somebody hears it that likes it. And goes from there.
You should make a short. Leo could help you. Make a short video out of it and put it up.
Well, funny you should say that, Danielle. Are you a psychic or something?
I don't know.
Danielle is her friend.
I should take that up.
You should take that up. You might have something there. So actually, this is a great time to introduce it, Danielle, since you said it. And I don't even think you know this, but okay, so I'm opening this up. I have a song that I wrote called This Is My America that I wrote for my mother. It's a song of immigration, and it's to honor immigrants that came over here. And it was predominantly, I wrote it for my mom, but it's for all immigrants. But my friend, Ron Lee, who is a journalist, I sent it to him, I think last year. I was like, oh, this is, here, enjoy this for, he's just my buddy, right? So I always send him fun stuff. And he said, we should do a story on this. And I was like, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I want to really do something incredible with it. I want to, because I have many pictures of my family when they first came over. And now I want to invite, and anyone who's out there that wants to be part of this, you are welcome. I want to invite people whose parents or grandparents came from another country to be part of this video. And Leo's going to put it together, all these pictures I'm going to send them. And then Bill Goffey, who's an amazing photographer and has the most beautiful pictures of the Statue of Liberty, is also going to work on it. And I want people, so let's say this is a picture of your family, right? What I want is people to take pictures of themselves so they are here and the picture is here.
Beautiful.
So yeah, the forefront is your family that came from another country and you are here. And then let me know, of course, I'll know your name, but let me know the family name if you want, or I can just say relatives of, because we'll print it over, and what country they immigrated from. And Leo is going to put this together as only Leo can. And we are going to, fingers crossed, we're working on it. We're working on it like in the next few weeks. And then we're going to do Ron Lee, who's an amazing journalist for New York One, and my friend. And he's going to be part of it as well. His family's going to be part of it.
You may look and feel.
Yes, see, that's that topic channel I told you about.
There's nothing you can do, but it's not true.
Thank you, Leo. That's the song.
It's not true.
If you want to go to Spotify, it's called This Is My America.
You face a wall in front of you and think there's no way through, but it's not true. It's not true.
See, in this part, there'll be water. So Bill Goffey is filming like the New York Harbor and the Statue of Liberty. It's going to be exquisite. I can't wait. So yes, it's going to be beautiful. So Leo's going to play the whole thing now. Leo's so funny. Thank you, my friend. Leo's the sweetest. Leo, you are the sweetest. So Leo Rodriguez, the genius.
And we matched tonight, Leo. I didn't even notice till you came on.
Let me see. What?
It's the blues.
Oh my God, you two! Did you guys call each other?
No, we psychicked in.
That's it. I'm telling you, Danielle. You probably don't even have to call. You just like. Anyway, okay. So we got many things going on. If people want to zoom in, you're welcome to. But Danielle, since we have you, what a luxury! Did you just finish your Instagram? Did you do a reading tonight?
I didn't do a live tonight. I did one Sunday. Okay. But you can normally turn those notifications on because sometimes I do go live on Instagram and do mini readings on there. But if you want to, if anyone has questions tonight, we can do some.
Oh my God.
Maybe we can do some spirit animal minis since you were talking about that.
Wow. Oh my God. Well, okay, so what a luxury this is.
Leo's the best. He's got my website. You can see all different types of sessions on there, and I have Pride merch and breast cancer merch and other ways that I use my gifts too. So that's also on my website.
Wow. And Danielle, I'm telling you, I have given sessions with Danielle as gifts, and I can't tell you, first of all, it feels so good to do something for someone. Like, for instance, if you love whoever you love, your family, your friends, what do you really want to give them when you buy them a gift? You want to bring them happiness, right? Like, oh, I hope they like this book, or I hope they like this bracelet. Well, can you imagine if you could bring them peace of mind, or like encouragement, or getting to talk to someone that they lost years ago that they miss deeply? Like, if that is not the greatest gift you can give someone. So I gave it I got a bunch for gifts for Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I just recently got one from my friend Emily. I got a spirit animal reading for her anniversary. And I wanted to, because I thought that, and I think it's a great gift for graduates.
Yeah.
Going off into the world of spirit animals.
Yeah, so there's different types, but I have gift cards available for every type of session that I offer. I have gift certificate for sessions, and I can make that as a printable file if you want to give it to someone in person, or I can email it straight to them. So I think it's a great gift, like Maria was saying, and all of my sessions now also come with recordings. So they're keepsake, people listen back and learn new things or get a refresher.
Listen, let me tell you something. When I got the animal, the spirit animal session, mini, whatever, I was writing, scribbling, because you sent me the recording, and then I was like, just keep listening and get what you can. And then I went back and listened again. Then there was more, and then I went back and listened a third time. And I didn't write anything. I just let it wash over me. But it has stayed with me and stayed with me and stayed with me. I found it very empowering, very freeing. And I can't say enough. So Danielle, how do people ask questions? Like, what do you prefer? Like if someone wanted to ask a question right now.
Yeah. So if someone wanted to ask a question right now, if we want to, focus on spirit animals, you can do so by saying, is there a guide for me with fill in the blank situation or a particular area of my life? So for romance, for relationships, for career, you can have a topic, and I can get a guide for you and advice on that topic.
Is there
I'll start people off.
Yeah.
I like to know what's in my zoo.
What's in your zoo?
Yeah, what's in my zoo? Who's my spirit animal? Well, sometimes
just
I don't.
Who's your general guide, or do you have a specific area?
No, I don't have any. I never have any specific areas because, like we've talked about, I know things change and can change in minutes. So just knowing that they're there, but I have somewhere in my mind what they might be. So I'm questioning, okay, what does Danielle see?
Well, that actually brings up an interesting point before we get to yours specifically. There are different types of spirit animals. So animal spirit guides can be innumerable and can change, like Leo was saying, and can come to you for different points of your life, of your journey, of particular lessons that you may have, or particular needs where you may require some of the qualities and guidance that they can best provide, but they don't necessarily need to hang around in your field as part of your spirit team for your entire life. Then there are what's called power animals or totem animals that are more part of your core guide team. So in the way that I work with people, I work with their guide teams, which can include guardian angels if you are a believer in angels, as well as different types of spiritual guides that are higher consciousness, and spirit animal guides can be incorporated in that, as well as ancestors and loved ones that pop in and out. But loved ones in spirit, while they can guide us, they are not normally part of our core guide teams because
I was just going to say, I'm going to use my blue jay animal right now and squawk very loudly because we have an input from a guest from Dallas right now, and I thought we should celebrate Pride in Dallas.
Oh my God, Chauncey Dandridge!
We just got interviewed for Fox News.
Interviewed by Fox News. Oh my God! So
they transformed this place into Stonewall. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! It looks like Stonewall.
So just mute him for a second, because otherwise it's going to get through. He'll be back. So what's happening is, because we asked people to call in, so now they're calling in. Chauncey, who is the DJ at the Stonewall Inn and also all over the city. But he travels. But Dallas is a great club in Dallas that wanted to recreate the Stonewall in Dallas for Pride Month. And they did that, and they asked a bunch of people from the Stonewall to fly in.
Wow.
And they did. So, yeah. So Chauncey is spinning the hits in Dallas. So that's where they are right now. So that's something. Yeah. Oh, there it is. So go Stonewall.
There we go.
So he literally worked last night at the Lori Towers event, the Harvey Brownstone event, then got on a plane a few hours later and flew into Dallas. And that's where he is. Now he's spinning the hits in Dallas. And Fox News, of all people, or all companies, is there.
Wow.
Well, he just signed off, so he must be really busy.
Yeah, that's okay. I said just zoom in and let us know you're okay. Rose.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rose. We love Rose. I saw Rose last night. She is fantastic. I want to also. So I'm sorry. Why don't you guys go on with what you were talking about? Because we got.
Yeah. So power animals or totem animals are more part of your core guidance team. They'll be with you for the majority of your life. But actually, Leo, even though you were wanting to see if your guidance was right about who your power animals or totem animals are, I feel like, because spirit always prioritizes, not me, that a guide more so wants to come through, someone who is with you right now for an important aspect of your life now. So it's funny Maria mentioned this a little bit earlier unknowingly, because her gifts have been growing since we've done session 2.
Since I met you, Danielle, I mean, it's rubbing off on me. You hang out with the right people, birds. You know what I mean?
That's right.
used to say, hang out with the right people, you'll learn something.
Right.
That's right. But I was actually getting coyote for you, Leo.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. And so coyote is coming through with this aspect of transformation, and also speaking about an energy. I'm hearing the word cunning. And so actually, cunning can be a character trait or a quality, right? But it's also been a term that's been used for centuries to describe people that are wise, that have the second sight. They used to say that someone has the cunning if they were gifted, if they had awareness. So I'm really feeling coyote step forward as the great trickster transformer to be with you as your cunning continues to grow, and to help you transform more in that aspect. Also, as someone who, as a shamanistic person, would also say kind of walks between the worlds, and being able to embody that trickster coyote element so that you can transform as a shapeshifter in different environments or for different needs, when you're in a more spiritual capacity and when you're in a more entertainer capacity, because coyotes are very known for entertainment as well.
Wow.
Now, you also know I am surrounded by coyotes where I live.
Really?
What?
I am surrounded, and you were making me think of the other night. There were 2 of them walking, and it was late night, and I saw them, and I knew they were up to no good, because they were looking, they were hunting, and so I went to scare them, and I did, and they kind of looked at me like, really? And I was like, all right, fine, are you guys good? Okay, you're good. And then they went on their way, and I went on my way. Of course, I was in the car.
That's really common. Every time I give an animal reading to someone, they will have a story. And either they have a story saying, oh, that animal was kind of just around me, or I just saw a video or something with that animal, and it'll start to click. Because it's prioritized by spirit, that information comes to us before I say it. It's just that I can help put it in perspective and help clarify and help recognize it.
Wow. And I would think through our conversation the other night, I had mentioned I live in Cahuilla land. This is Cahuilla reservation land.
Yeah.
And then Morango would be a little bit further down, but it's all native land here. So their spirit and I feel their spirituality is just very prominent here. And, it's not like I think I would feel more, I'm not the kind of person that denies any kind of spirit. I feel if it was something Buddhist coming through or something Catholic coming through, I feel, or Muslim coming through, like I've got connections to all aspects, I think. And so, it makes sense to me that it's not more Catholic, that it's, I'm more here in the lands where they would be approaching.
So when you work with them, you can see how they continue to show up, because you're in an area where they can actually show up physically. But for other people, and we can get animals that are quite exotic, even mythological at sometimes, depending on what the person needs, they can show up in many different ways. They can show up in dreams. They can show up through art items and, looking through art books. They can show up through videos or even emojis.
Well,
so
Danielle,
however they show up.
Listen to this. So Danielle does my, spirit animal thing. And one of them was a hawk. And I said, like, I would never have thought of, like, that would never enter my mind.
Yeah.
Never. It's not like I'm, and anyway, then I was like, wait a minute. There was this giant bird in the courtyard in my building. I walked by this like window. You know, you walk by, you see pigeons all the time in New York, right? Like, what's the big deal? They're like, and I did a double take. I was like, wait a minute, that is a gigantic pigeon. I came back. It was the biggest bird I had ever seen. And I was like, is that an owl? What is that? And it was so intense that I took a picture of it with my phone.
Yeah.
And I said, wait, Danielle, I have to send you this. And she was like, well, that's a hawk.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I've never, in New York City, that's why I took a picture. But how crazy.
Yeah. They always find a way, you know, they always find a way to get through. And I always say, you know, I do many things with my gift, and I do quantum healing, and I work with people's loved ones in spirit and other types of guides. But I love doing spirit animal because, like Leo was saying, it connects with so many different people, no matter their beliefs. Yeah. And also, animals are part of a collective consciousness, and it's very easy for that aspect of collective consciousness to work with people who are physically embodied, even if they think they're blocked and they're not connected with loved ones in spirit or angels. It is the simplest, I have found, for people to get signs from their spirit animals because they connect to that embodied part of us.
Wow.
And they talk to us differently than angels talk or loved ones in spirit talk, because they nurture our bodies, which are so overstimulated now as well. And they connect more with earth life in some capacity too, and help us be comfortable with it.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. Just want to take a second. Juliana Cesari, my friend Julie Cesari, she is in Santa Monica. And we want to say hello to her. She's lovely. She's the director that hired me for Tony and Tina's, and that's how I got my equity card. I will never forget that, and I say it every single time I see her name. Brian Johnson, my buddy from high school.
Hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian. We miss you. We haven't seen you in a while, honey. I hope everything is well. He works for the Stone Police Department, so we shout out to, you know, I love my law enforcement peeps. Rosa Puzo is writing many, many things. That was beautiful, Danielle. We're going to take a second and do our food section of the show.
Yeah, let's eat.
Woo! How did it get to be that time already? Oh my goodness!
How did that happen? So anyway, we went and did our show with Road Recovery, who's this amazing company I work for, and they're just the loveliest people. We did our show at the center, but normally we do it on Thursdays. We have our class, but this week we had to do it on this Tuesday because this whole month at the center is taken up with Pride events, right? So I'm off for a few weeks with the kids at the Pride Center. But I flew home, and I told you, being gay is very exhausting. We're very busy in June.
We got rainbows. We've got things to deal with.
Exhausting to be
designing, and oh my goodness.
And then when you have to be fabulous on top of it, oh my God. Okay, so what did I make?
I'm tired just of the conversation.
I know, right? So what did I make? I said, oh my God, what do I have in the refrigerator? I had... Trader Joe's has this amazing polenta that comes in like a kind of like a cylinder almost. It's made and it's in the shape, and then you can slice it, and you have these little medallions of polenta. I happened to make. I know. I happened to make meatballs last night, so I had some sauce left over. So here's the sauce from the meatballs, and a little bit. I know. Wow. Right. So. Oh, but you know what, Danielle? I could make this for you without the meat sauce. I could do a marinara.
Marinara, yes.
Yeah. So this would be a dish that Danielle could enjoy as a vegan. I don't think there's any egg in here or anything. In the polenta.
I'm not sure. Trader Joe's is really good about making things vegan that aren't always.
I know,
if it's not breaded, it's probably not.
Yeah, because my nieces were vegans for many, many, many years. So that's how I found out about Trader Joe's and all vegan things. But anyway, so that's why I made a little parsley, put on top of that. And then for my salad... I just thought, this is what I love, one of the things I love about New York. There's a fruit stand and vegetable stand on every corner. And my corner is no exception. So there's these wonderful men, and I think these particular guys are Turkish. They're from all over the world, but anyway, so what did I make? I got some romaine I bought these beautiful baby, like they look like little heirloom tomatoes, but they're, just different, like multicolored tomatoes. I got some scallions, chopped those up.
Ooh.
Yeah, green onion. People call them green onion. Red cabbage, which I love. I love red cabbage. And in my refrigerator, I had Kalamata Greek olives. Threw those on. A Tuscan herb olive oil is going here. Has gone there. And then an aceto di Modena, delicious balsamic vinegar. Smells delicious.
Aceto di Modena.
Aceto di Modena. So
what is that?
Aceto. Aceto is vinegar. And Modena is a part of Tuscany. A beautiful part of Tuscany.
Okay. All right.
That's not, what am I having? Because I'm going back on the keto tomorrow. I know I've been saying this, but I'm actually ordered the Factor 75. When I order that, then I'm going back on the keto. I've been enjoying myself and my pants are screaming. Please stop eating. Stop eating right now. So anyway, but tonight I'm having chocolate covered raisins from Citarella. So they're really good. Dark chocolate. I love those. Yeah. Goobers. So that's what I'm having. We're enjoying that. Oh my God, awesome. Yes, Brian, if you ever come to New York, let me know. I'll cook. Or maybe, Brian, sometime when I visit my family, maybe in the summer at my cousin Rena's, who has the most beautiful kitchen, and I'll do a little cooking and you can come over and sit in the backyard, you and your lovely wife. Brian is amazing. Rena, you would love Brian, as would your husband and his wife. There's just lovely people. And there's
hi, Rena. Hi, Bianna. If you're
my God, that's right. Rena, it's Bianna. I have adopted Danielle. Especially Bianna. You are one of the family now, Danielle.
So we're family.
I love it. We're all family. And you are a Mexican cousin, Leo. You know that.
Yes,
and
we have plenty of not blood cousins in Italian culture. So definite cousin.
So do we.
Absolutely. So let me see what time we have. We have about 6-7 minutes.
6 minutes left.
Does anybody else have a question for Danielle? Let's scroll her website one more time, Leo, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Thank you, Leo.
Yeah, because
Leo's the best at linking.
Oh my God.
I had this. I was like, you know what? Today, I'm not just going to put up the link. Today, I'm putting up the whole darn website.
See, you knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's my main page with my lion, who is one of my power and totem animals.
Yeah.
With the rainbow.
And you're also on Instagram, which I catch you on quite a bit. I follow you on that. So when it pops up, it's always good to put like a notification thing. So then when someone is going live, you get it. That's with this show as well. If you just click that little bell, and same thing on Instagram, then when Danielle goes live, I always know. And I can listen a little bit sometimes.
Yep.
But Danielle, you don't just do this. You also have, you do a lot of channel and chat, right? It's called?
Yes, I have a podcast as well, which is just me for now, but it is on my YouTube channel, and it's also on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, which I'm really excited about as a book nerd and audiobook nerd.
Oh my God, I love Audible too.
Yes, and so this is it on my YouTube channel, and there's a podcast playlist, because now if you make a playlist, YouTube lets you classify it as the podcast that it is. Yeah, and so that's my podcast. It's called #Chat and Channel Session.
So good.
Yeah, and it is, nuggets, usually a half hour to 50-ish minutes of channeled material on a particular subject. And we dive into the roots of a lot of issues that people tend to struggle with. Belief systems are really big. For example, you may have an issue with self-worth or self-love and not understand where the roots of those issues come from how you were raised possibly, and how much that can permeate your life, and understanding some of the roots of how that came to be can help you to really heal it and overcome it and get through it so that you're more empowered to create the life that you want. So that's something that we do. We deal with empaths, and there's an episode all about working with spirit animals as well. So it's really fun.
Anytime I've listened, and I listen, so I won't sit and listen because I have a hard time just sitting, right? But I do cook and listen quite often. And I can't drive and listen because I feel like I'm going to fall asleep because it's so soothing and relaxing. I tried listening to it on my way driving to Boston. I'm like, no, wake up. So I can't do that, but I can do it if I'm doing something busy, or if I'm just come home from work and I put it on. Then if I do fall asleep, it's just in my consciousness, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I love it. Very, very soothing, Danielle. We love it. Thank you so much for those. Brian, I'm actually in New Hampshire with two of my boys. I think when he says boys, it's also other law enforcement.
It's like his boys?
Yeah, I think so. Brian's a great guy. He's a DJ. That's his side hustle. Let me see if there's anybody we missed.
Hey, Maria, can we do a few minutes of our happy moments?
Yes, please. As Leo said, a lot of, and then we'll leave everybody with something positive for the week. Yes, so, Leo.
I get inspired by CBS Sunday Morning a lot. And at the end of their programs, they always put a moment of nature, a moment of... So this is a moment that I found that I think everyone should be happy. It's a moment of kittens. These are my babies. These are my babies before I gave them away 6 years ago. Just...
How cute they...
That's Patches.
Moment of... And you still have two of them, right, Leo?
I have the mama kitty, and Patches was walking by the wall. That's Maria, her twin sister.
Of course, is Maria the black one?
No, Maria, that's Lucy, the black one. Maria is the other twin one. That's the boy, the only boy, and there's you. Anyway, look at them.
But that would make sense because I wear black every day. It's like...
Yes, we discussed that.
There's Mama, and look at you chasing her. Oh my God, I just love them.
Oh, they're so cute. You know who does this a lot? One of my friends from Stoneham as well. And when we went to school, her last name was Kilty, but I think her married name is Sawyer. Susan Kilty Sawyer. And she fosters kittens like you did, Leo, and then raises them to a certain age where people can adopt them. And that's, oh my God. I remember when you had all those kittens.
I kept them 4 weeks too long. And wow. I didn't cry when I had the family barbecue to take them home. I didn't.
No, I know.
But you know what? They're all, and every birthday I reach out just to make sure, and everyone's doing fine. Everyone's still alive and happy. So that makes me happy.
Oh, I got to tell you, because I almost forgot about, I was talking about last night at the Stonewall. One of the wonderful people that I finally met in person, Louise Sorrell, who was on our show.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, she was there?
She was not only there, but she hugged me, gave me an amazing compliment after I sang, and I just felt like, because she's so sweet, like she's really, really, really sweet. And she just said some really beautiful things. And I thought, okay, I'm having a good night. And
that's so nice.
I know, right? She's the real deal. She's like an actor, you know, like she happens to be a celebrity. She's a celebrity, but she's an actor through and through. And she was so supportive. Wonderful. And yeah, she was really great. There was a lot of really cool people there. But I do want to put a plug in for Gary Lynn Floyd. His voice and his style are to die for. They're just... And he's a beautiful... You talk about a great spirit, Danielle, you would love him. If you look him up on YouTube...
I will.
He does a lot of... Like, he sings at churches, but he's also, you know, gay and out and just a beautiful guy. And, oh, my God, I hugged him and I felt so warm. He's really easy on the eyes.
You survive the
halls. His voice is so pretty.
Watch your dreams be all
and he writes as well, but these are the songs of Harriet Shaw.
Had Harriet heard your song before? Did she know you?
Harriet wasn't there because she's in LA and she couldn't get here because she's working on something. But, okay, so I want to remind you before we sign off, we'll have everybody say something inspiring. But as you know, I like to leave everybody with, we are working on a project, if you didn't hear it. My song that I wrote with Wiltie and Hall, This Is My America. I want to make a video, and Leo is going to, as Leo does so beautifully, piece it together. But I am asking friends, and Leah, I'm asking friends to send And you can just send it to my Facebook Messenger, which is just Maria Gentili. This one, the one you're watching. Please send me photos if you want to be in the video, your family represented. If you're first or second generation. And look, if you're third generation, I'm not going to say no, your family's not allowed here. Get out, kid.
But I want to see your papers, yeah?
See what I mean? Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought you were second. But if you want your family to be included in our video, please, what I want is a picture of you here and your family picture, whether it's a little picture or a bigger picture of like either one or two family members or all of them, whatever. Now, if you also want to do like, when they first came over and then now, you're welcome to do that too. You know what I mean? Just take a picture of you with a picture, but them in the forefront and you in the background. And we will get it in that video. The video, we have to do it we have to finish the video in the next 2 weeks. Has to be done. And then Ron Lee of New York One, my buddy, who is the loveliest guy, he's going to include his family as well. They're from China. And we're going to make a video, and it's going to show on New York One. And it's going to be celebrated for July 4th because I want to celebrate. He asked me, he said, what do you want the message to be? And I want the message to be that we are all America. You know what I mean? That America was built on the backs of immigrants in a good way, in the best way. So, and that Statue of Liberty, and nobody takes better pictures than Bill Goffey of the Statue of Liberty. So.
Immigrants and natives.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
natives.
That is a given, absolutely 100%. But with all going on with different things, I'm so proud of being the child of an immigrant that I want to. Okay, yes, Gene, my husband is an immigrant. Does he count? Of course. So you can either you can have his picture in front of you as you do that, and I believe your husband is British, right? Will T. and Hall, who co-wrote the song with me, is British. So yes, of course. If you are from another country, I do want to be in the video. Yeah, the more we get, the more we'll put in. And Leo is magical that way, and it's going to be beautiful. So, and listen, then maybe we'll have an ongoing thing where you send in your pictures, or maybe we'll do a new video every year or something. Okay, but we're going to start it this year. Danielle, what would you like to leave everybody with tonight?
Well, a theme for me this week, and something that Spirit wants me to keep reminding people, is that it's not going unnoticed. What you're doing, how you are, how you're kind in the world, how you help people, how you show up, it is more noticed than you know. Even if the people in your life, in your world, in your social media feed are not commenting on it, it is being noticed. It does count for something. So I hope that speaks to whoever it's meant to tonight as kind of a refreshing balm to say you don't have to give up on doing the kind things or the things that make just you happy. It will be noticed. It will mean something if you believe in it. And also if you set boundaries and take that space when you need to as well, to do it in a different way. And because we're in Pride, believe in and love who you are, even if you're not in a safe space yet, to share that with the world, because no matter what country you're in, I believe that we should not come out until we're ready and until we feel like we're safe, because the world is still not the safest place for us. So know that you don't have to be on anybody's time schedule or ruling to come out. You can be proud of who you are, even if you are still in an environment where that's not ready to support you yet. And eventually you will be able to, by nourishing that pride and that self-love within, transition to a space where you can and will be safe.
Wow, that's beautiful. Okay, and I think from what I'm seeing, people popped on and said thank you, and that they identified with that. So, and you know what? We have a lot of caregivers out there. We have a lot of people that work super hard out there.
There's some Italian here. I don't understand it.
Well,
I feel like what is this language?
Oh no, that's my friend Billy. It says, after a night of rowing into the water for 6 miles, my arms still feel like noodles. Devo augurarti la la buonanotte e spero che. Okay, so I have to wish you a good night, and spero means I wish and I hope di vederti presto. I hope to that we enjoy each other soon in New York, mia cara, my signorina Maria Gentile. So dopo una notte passata remare acqua per sei. Okay, so then he says it in English. So after a night of rowing, then he says it in he says it in Italian. For a night of rowing, my arms are noodles.
I just like when you do it because when you speak Italian, it's like magic. It's like bibbidi bobbidi boo magic.
Well, I mean, it was my first language before I went to school. It isn't anymore, but but I didn't speak English till we went to school. We were all like that.
Yeah, but you can conjugate.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, Leo, what do you want to leave everybody with? You'll have the last word tonight.
You know what? I know it's hard in the city, but you got a moment when you got to see your bird, and you had that quiet. Take a moment just to sit and commune. I have a tree. I don't know if you can't see out there, but there's a tree right outside that window and a rail, and I put out, more for cat entertainment, seeds and peanuts out for the animals to come in. The cats can watch through the windows. But I go out there and I sit out there, and today I had the door open while I was preparing. The squirrel came to the roof. He's like, "Where's my food? Where's my food, buddy?" And I went, "There's food out there. You got to move the other squirrel." So I went out like I was with my kids, and I mediated. I moved one of the ground squirrels, and the other squirrel came in. And then I sat down there, and I took in a couple of breaths and just breathed in with the trees. If you need a mantra, remember that the air you put out, the trees breathe in, and vice versa. We're a circle together. And I just sat, and the animals looked at me, and I looked at them, and
I love it.
We just had a beautiful, quiet moment.
Yeah.
And there may have been traffic going by, but we didn't know because we were in that moment together with nature. So take a moment.
Yeah, I love
Stop and
it.
smell the roses or the squirrels or whatever's by you.
Whatever. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm gonna go cook my polenta, heat it up, and eat it. I love both of you. Thank you so much, Danielle. Thanks for popping on, being over here.
Yeah.
Chauncey Dandridge from popping on from the. I think it's called Trash Panda. It's in Dallas. So welcome, Stonewall in Dallas. They were doing, and I don't know if it was their Fox 5 or actually Fox News. It was their, God only knows what's happening. I don't even want to think about it.
I can only imagine, but I wish them well, and I hope that Chauncey gave Fox 5 a little bit of New York pride.
Well, a little pride. Okay, we will be back next week. I don't have my schedule in front of me. I can't remember who's on next week, but we have a great guest. And I think we have 2 guests next week. Okay, we got to get going. And I want to thank Danielle, Leo, and all our beautiful guests. We love and appreciate you. Come back every Tuesday at 9. Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
I thought you were going to say you forgot your schedule. I was going to say we're on every Tuesday at 9.
No.
Fine with me to